What's up YouTube, Dale here from Zephyr Wargames, bringing you, as you can see before you, our 6th budget build deck, and it is Bujins. Now, I know Bujins aren't as predominant in the meta or in the game as they once were, and obviously these are probably the biggest casualty of Kaiser Coliseum, because at this moment in time, Bujins abuse that like on a fair level. So the idea of Bujins is basically protect the castle, so you protect Bujin Yamato, and then you're going into your Susanoo and all your other Bujin monsters. Now, I do have two variants of this. Well, I say variants. There's the budget build, which is what I'm going to go through today, and then towards the end I'll show you the other cards if you want to try and make it a bit more competitive. It's a really fun deck to play. I enjoyed it while I had the chance to play it, and I built it for the pure fact that I love the artwork and the whole idea around Bujins. Also, it's quite disappointing because there was supposed to be a Bujin pendulum monster. Now, I'm pretty sure it's come out in the OCG, but I don't know if it's actually had an official TCG release date, which is a shame because it might, I'm not saying it will make Bujins meta, but it might bring them more to 2016. So without further ado, I'll crack straight into the main deck. So without question, you play 3 Bujin Yamato. This is the guy you must open up with, or you search him out with 10 key if you don't. So once per turn during your end phase, you can add a Bujin monster from your deck to your hand, then send one card from your hand to the graveyard. You can only control one Bujin Yamato per turn. Only control one Bujin Yamato. Now, I did run this deck with Shadows when Construct was a thing, and it was just for a bit of fun, and it worked out quite nicely because I was getting the Yamatos on board, protecting them, setting up my Shadows, and then I could just fodder. All the protection cards were just fodder for Construct, and then they were in the grave ready to go. Secondly, you play the 2 Bujin Mikazuchi. Now, this card, again, it's like your second best. If you don't have a Yamato and you don't have a Tenki in hand, you bring this guy out on field. So when a Beast Warrior type monster, when a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, during the end phase, if a Bujin monster or monsters was sent from your hand to the graveyard this turn while you controlled this face-up card, you can add one Bujin spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You can only control one Mikazuchi. So again, like I said, it's protect the castle. Usually you get Yamato out, then you get Mikazuchi out, and then you go into Susanoo. But yeah, it's a bit different now. 2 Bujin Harume. So this card cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing one Bujin monster from your graveyard, except Bujin Harume. If this card was special summoned this way, it's destroyed by your opponent's card effect by battle or card effect, and sent sent from your side of the field to the graveyard. And both players have a hand. You can discard one card, then your opponent discards one card. You can only control one Bujin Harume. So again, the idea is to get your fodder cards, which is what's coming up now, to the grave. So you protect your big Beast Warrior Bujins with stuff like Bujingi Hair. During either player's turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one Beast Warrior type monster, one Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control. Once during this turn, if it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. You can only use one hair per turn. So that's kind of just protecting it from battle card effects. 2 Turtle. So during either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets a Bujin monster, except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard and negate the effect. 2 Sinew. During either player's damage step, if a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. That monster you control gains attack equal to the current attack of your opponent's monster it is battling until the end of the damage step. And if it does, all battle damage your opponent takes from that battle is halved. You can only use the effect once per turn. So it's kind of like a grave crane and a grave kind of honest, but not as good. So that brings you on to Bujingi Crane. So this is a one battle honest. So during damage calculation in either player's turn, if a Beast Warrior type Bujin monster you control battles an opponent's monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. The attack of your monster becomes double its original attack. during damage calculation only. So straight away you've got 4 cards there that are making your card pretty much indestructible in battle, just being battled during damage calculation. 2 Quilin. So if you control Beast Warrior type Bujin monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, destroy that target. Again, you can only use once per turn. And then 2 Honest. Who doesn't know what Honest does? He's an absolute beast in this deck, and again, all these cards are really, really cheap because Yamato was done in gold. Harume might be your more expensive card, but again, it's been reprinted in Megatins 2015, so everything is relatively cheap in the Bujin core. And then I run 1 Estrada. So if a Bujin monster in your graveyard or face up on your side of the field is banished except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in face up defense position. Once per turn, during the end phase, if a Bujin card was added from your deck to your hand this turn except by drawing it, while you control this face-up card, you can draw 1 card, then discard 1 card. So again, helping out with the whole get stuff to the grave. So that's it for the monsters. Quite a heavy monster lineup, but most of it is just fodder to protect your Yamatos and your Mizukis and stuff like that. 3 Tenki, must have in this deck. It searches out your Yamatos. Like I said, the idea is you have to open up with a Yamato, and then you're protecting it. 2 Bujin Carnations. So if your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, target 1 Bujin monster in your graveyard and 1 of your banished Bujin monsters, special summon both targets. They cannot be used as Xyz material for an Xyz summon except for the Xyz summon of a Beast Warrior or Winged Beast type monster. So he's a help to get you into your rank 4s quite easily. Twin Twisters, because this is budget, and like I said before, this deck wants to discard it, wants its cards in the graveyard, apart from obviously the Beast Warriors. And then I play 1 Instant Fusion because Norden, and then when you see my extra deck, it's literally rank 4 spam. You just want to, after protecting your cards, you want to try and get into your rank 4s quite quickly. So I'll show you what I've got and go from there when we get to the extra deck. 2 Floodgate Trap Hole. I play 2 Rafflesia in the extra deck, which is why Norden comes in handy quite a lot. So it gives you 5 targets. I've got 5 targets with the Rafflesia, so you've got 2 Floodgate Trap Holes, 2 Deep Dark Trap Holes with the meta being Dark Magician coming up, Blue Eyes at the moment. Deep Dark Trap Hole can really help, and then obviously the 1 Bottomless kind of completes that cycle there. 2 Stormy Mirror Force because it's the cheapest option. You can upgrade this to Quaking. I would prefer Quaking, but in this budget build, I think Quaking's about 5, maybe a little bit more. So you can push to it by all means, and I think you'll still have budget. So the idea, like I've said before, is I try to keep it balanced. I try to keep the main deck at about £15 and the extra deck at about £15. So yeah, 2 Call of the Haunters just in case you've got a full hand of protection cards but no Yamatos or anything like that. Bring back your Yamato. 1 TT because you can protect your Yamatos or your Bujin monsters with hair. 1 Vanities because if you're just sitting and protecting Yamato, Vanities can be really good. If you've got a full hand with Cranes and Honest and you've got a graveyard full of stuff, Vanities won't go because it's going from the hand to the grave, and it's got to go from the deck or field. So if you're just protecting your Yamatos, your opponent's stuffed and they can't special summon, and that's kind of what the game has come to. And then 1 Solemn Warning because it's Solemn Warning, and like I said before, it's at 1 for a reason. So now on to the extra deck. 2 Bujenti Susanoo, sorry. 2 level 4 Bujin monsters. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Once per battle, you can detach 1 material from this card, take 1 Bujin monster from your deck, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. You can only control 1 of these. So again, it's like it's a Yamato, but stronger and can just attack constantly. Now, I do apologise if I get some of the Bujin names wrong. So we'll play 1 Bujin Tsukiyomi. Now you can bump this up to 2. It's really good because it's 2 level 4 light monsters, and as you can see, the whole deck is basically light monsters. Once per turn, you detach 1 material from this card, send your entire hand to the graveyard, and if you do, draw 2 cards. When this card you control, when this card you controlled while face up leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can target a level 4 Beast Warrior type Bujin monster in your graveyard. up to the number of Xyz materials this card has on the field. Special summon those targets. You can only control one Tsukuyomi. One Bujin Amaterasu. So it's 3 level 4s. You can only control one Amaterasu. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can detach one material from this card. Apply this effect depending on whose turn it is. Your turn. Target one of your banished level 4 or lower monsters. Special summon that target. Your opponent's turn. Target one of your banished level 4 or lower monsters and add that target to your hand. So Amaterasu lets you cycle around. You very rarely go into Amaterasu, but it's still a really good card for this deck. One Kagasuchi. Again, 2 level 4 Beast Warrior type monsters. When this card is Xyz summoned, send the top 5 cards of your deck to the graveyard, or your entire deck if less than 5. Also, this card gains 100 attack for each Bujin card sent to the graveyard by this effect. If a Bujin Beast Warrior type monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach one Xyz from this card instead of destroying one of those monsters. You can only control one Kagasuchi. One Consider Omega, because in a rank 4 light deck, this guy is amazing. You just protect him all day long. One Starliege Power Dynamo. Again, a light deck, rank 4. Once per turn, you detach 2 Xyz from this card to target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes 0, and if it does, its effects are negated. When this card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, either by battle or card effect, and sent to your graveyard, you draw 1 card. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, Tiger King. Now obviously you can bump this guy up to 2, so he requires 2 level 4 Beast Warrior type monsters. When this card is Xyz summoned, you can set 1 fire formation spell or trap directly from your deck. Once per turn, you detach 1 material from this card, negate the effects of all face-up effect monsters currently on the field, except Beast Warrior types, until the end of your opponent's turn. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send 3 fire formation spell or trap cards you control to the graveyard. Special summon 2 level 4 or lower Beast Warrior type monsters with the same attack from your deck in face-up defense position. So his second effect is a little bit less because you only run 3 of the fire formations. Obviously you can run more by all means because all the Fire Fist cards kind of protect Beast Warrior types, so it does provide a bit of protection. One Abyss Dweller, 1 Castell, 1 Cowboy, 1 Norden, and then the 2 Trap Tricks Rafflesia. Now obviously you can bump this up, bump up your Fire King if you want. I have gone for a bit of a heavier like Trap Tricks targetable deck. Like you can completely go full Trap Tricks just to protect your Bujin Yamato. So I mean if you get a Trap Tricks on board, so if you do Instant Fusion, Norden and Hair for example, or any level 4, bring that back, overlay into Rafflesia, sit on Rafflesia with a 2500 defense, which most people struggle to get past, and it can't be destroyed by, I believe it's card effects, trap effects, while it has Xyz material. So it protects itself, and then you just wait for your opponent to do stuff, and because you've got those, the bottomless trap hole, you've got the deep dark trap holes, and you've got the floodgate trap holes, you've got enough targets to kind of slow your opponent down and protect your Yamatos on the board. Now obviously you can up, like I said, you up the traps limits, and you can take out deep dark holes because deep dark trap holes because they're basically there for the blue eyes and stuff like that. So that's kind of the Bujin budget build deck. Now that Rafflesia has been reprinted, she's really cheap. Again, I think the main deck is £10, maybe a little bit more, and the extra deck again is only about, with all these cards, probably about £10 as well. And you can even get them in Ultimate for like a couple of quid, so if you want to go high rarity, you can spend your remaining £10 budget on that. Now, quickly before I go any further, or before we wrap up, so the little idea that I had for this deck, but it doesn't make it budget, is you could also put Card of the Demise in if you wanted to, but then I would say you want to be beefing up your turtles, your sinews, and your queelins and your hares. So you'd have to bump them all up by 1. So it's not the best idea, but it is kind of an idea that can be done. My second idea was playing Galaxy Soldiers. Now, obviously, this card has gone stupid money because of the ABCs, so it would not be budget. These are like £30 on their own. However, Galaxy Soldier then gives you the ability to go into Infinity in your extra deck, and all you need to do is have this card in your hand, and you're just discarding light monsters all day long. So you could end up with a Yamato on board and an Infinity. And your grave could be full of... because you'd only have to discard 2 for the Galaxy Soldiers. So you could literally have Turtle, Hare, Sinew or Queelins all in your grave. So you only have to discard 2. So if you're discarding... so let's say you open up with Yamato, Soldier, you're going first, and 2 of these. So these could be Hares or they could be Queelins. And then a random card. Use Galaxy Soldier's effect, discarding Sinew. That's already in your grave, and you've got Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier adds Galaxy Soldier. Effect to send Turtle. You've now got 2 Galaxy Soldiers, Nova, Infinity, done. Normal summon Yamato. You still have 1 card remaining. 1 card remaining in your hand. Use Yamato's effect, add... let's say you add a crane, or say you add a crane. I've got to dig it out, my bad guys. So let's say you add crane to your hand, and then this card, you just go bang, get rid of that card if you want to, and then you're sitting on a crane to protect your Yamato in battle, and then you're sitting on an Infinity to again protect it from card effects. So it's a nice little, again, it's protecting the castle. It's a nice little addition, but again, it takes it from a budget deck to a little bit more expensive deck. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Check out our new Twitter page and our Megatin 2016 giveaway. That ends tomorrow, believe it or not. So that will end Wednesday. And I will be announcing the winners on the Thursday during a vlog. So we'll be doing a vlog and I will announce the winners, and I'll be packing up all of all the packs that people have won. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. Check out our Twitter page, follow us on that. You can keep up to date with everything that's going on with us. We will be doing more giveaways, and Twitter will be the place to be to find out what's going on and get you a head start on those. And as always, happy dueling.